Hi everyone. Now let's discuss about global variable value with a practical example. Now if you take a equal to 10, then you can see if you directly can go a equal to 10, then print of a, then you can say print of type of a, okay? Then you can say here, so the value 10 is stored into a variable a. Now what we need to discuss here, when you want to create a global variable value, just we are using outside of the function, right? So a equal to 10, then def the function f1. So don't worry about the function creation. If you want to create any function, we use def keyword. We will see in the function classes, but as of now just understand the output here. Then you can try to take it like print of, then I don't have any variable inside the function. So that means here inside the function I don't have, but I am calling here print of a. So how you can say like global variable value of a is, then you can say just call it like this. Then try to execute. So this is function creation. Okay, in function classes we have two types. One is function creation, and then we have function calling. Okay, whenever you are dealing with function creation, then we need to use function calling, function creation. After creation of function, then we need to execute, that means function calling. Then you just simply can take f1. So we'll detail, I'll give you in functions about in function classes. Just execute. Now what is the value? Global variable value of a is 10, but inside I don't have any value, but I'm accessing from this one. This is called global variable, which is declared outside of the function. Now understand here and try to give one more function, and then def f2 here. Then again I don't have any variable, so print of, then you can say global variable value of a is, then you can call it that variable. Okay, then try to execute. Now in this time you need to call two functions, f1 and then f2, then execute here. So that means global variable value of a is 10, and you can say, you can write it here for your understanding, for function f2. Okay, then you can write it here for function f1. So now execute here, then try to execute once again. Then see, for f1 function global variable value is 10, for function f2 global variable value is 10. That means if you are creating n number of functions, but if you are using variable as a global, then it will take same value for all the functions. Then f3 here, then print off, then you can directly take it like this. Okay, so that means we have f3, f1, f2, f3 function. The values are same. f1, then f2, then f3. When we execute now, constant value is coming. But here one important thing, if I have local variable value, that we'll see in the next class how local variable value will be there. Then if you have the value of a equal to 20, now then understand the value. So the first priority will be, okay, then here first preference. Okay, first preference for local, then after global. So first it will search for any function. First it will search for local variable value. If the local variable value is there in the function, it will print that. Then if not there, it will search for global variable. For function f1, a equal 20, local is there. Now instead of a equal to 10, we can get 20 value because the first preference for local. When we go for function f2, I don't have any local variables, that's why I'm getting a equal to 10. f3 also I don't have any local variable, that's why I'm getting from a equal to 10. Now try to execute here. Okay, 1 second. So now let's see. F1 you can execute. What is the value for function? F1 global variable value is 20. That means the first preference will be local. Then when you go for F2 here, then it will be 10. Then F3 will be 10. So that means the first preference will be always local variable value. But in case I don't have any global variable value, okay, then if I access these things, now when I access f1 and then f1 in execute, I'm getting local variable value. But when I am accessing f2, that means I don't have any global variable value or local variable value, but still I'm just getting I'm just trying to return the value of a, then execute here. It see, this is actually should come error because it is occupied in Jupyter notebook, it is occupied old memories. Then what you need to do, you can go for kernel, only second option restart. Do you want to restart the kernel, all the variables will be lost, so old variables values will be released from the memory, then you can click on restart. So then once you click on this, try to execute f2 function, or you can say try to execute everything. Then function f1 execute. Function f2 if you execute now, let's see, you are getting error because old memories are released, that's why it is throwing error. Previously old memory is displaying for f2 function. So when you are that confusion, go to kernel, restart and then restart. Okay, so when I access here, f2 is I don't have any global variable value, I don't have any local variable value, but I'm accessing variable a, so that's why it is throwing error. Okay, so now if we have a equal to 30, then execute. F1 you can execute, 20 will come. F2 you can execute, 30 will come. And F3 again error. That means I don't have any global and local variable value. Now what you need to do is, you just, if I have global variable value again, if you have a equal to 100, then for f2 first preference local, then for f2 local preference, for f1 local preference, but f3 I don't have any local. Then if you will search for again global value, yes global is there, so then it will print like this. So now try to execute f1, then f2, then f3. Okay, so this is all about global and local variable value. Okay, so we'll see in the next class how local variable values will be reflect. Okay, so you can take 3 to 4 examples and just practice. Okay, so thank you so much, we'll see in the next class.